After weeks of anticipation, a sigh of relief among many in Lebanon. All the talk of possible US-led missile strikes against Syria had further deepened a state of uncertainty that has long gripped Syria's most vulnerable neighbor.
First of all, rockets flying over our heads is something to be concerned about, primarily. And also, when you're talking chemical weapons, I mean, like Obama said, it's a strong southwesterly wind that would just affect us directly. I mean, chemical weapons is not a joke. I mean, it's only 45 minutes to drive to Damascus.
Until earlier this year, Joey Ghazal was one of many successful young businessmen in Beirut. A Canadian citizen of Lebanese origin, he returned here to invest, but soon realized how risky it is to do business in such an unstable country. So he decided to move his assets to Dubai instead.
There's a lot of people that are thinking like me. I have a lot of counterparts right now in the nightlife sector, in the F&B sector, that are thinking about expanding their interests within the Gulf. Some are even moving their head offices, primarily because of the lack of stability, and also because Lebanon's problems are obviously not going to be solved overnight. I mean, if it's not the Syria conflict, it's the electoral debate. It's not the electoral debate, it's the sectarian conflict.
His concerns are shared by people from all walks of life in a country that's seen its share of strife and civil unrest.
There's been some psychological pressure on everyone. The Lebanese have seen wars for 30 years, but the Syrian war is different, because it spread like a cancer. You know, over 100,000 martyrs fell in just 2 years. In the civil war, we lost 200,000 people in 30 years.
It's not a normal situation at all. People were very afraid of what could happen here. Many were afraid to send their children to school.
Even those who stayed through many of Lebanon's previous wars have reasons to worry.
Any war in Syria was likely to have an impact on us. We could have been drawn into it. Don't forget groups like Hezbollah and also Iran, who may retaliate against Israel. Nobody knows.
Even before the US threatened to launch an attack on Syria, the violence had spread to Lebanon. Sectarian tensions intensified, and the economy took a hit as Gulf nations warned their citizens against coming here. The number of Western tourists has also declined. Foreign investors are holding back, and hundreds of local businesses have closed down. Now, even though it is less likely now, many here are worried that any miscalculated US attack on Syria will precipitate Lebanon into further chaos. Mohammed Val, Al Jazeera, Beirut.